Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is ExperiencePoints, and we are back with our second last campaign mission for Operation Barbarossa. Here we are doing the dash to the Donets, and it seems like the Donets, which is this river here, has a lot to do in this war. So really, let's get there very quickly, and let's see what we must do. Oh yes, as you can see, this one is going to be quite fun. So let's restart and review the situation and see what we are up against. So to begin with, we have 4 supply points. 3 of them on roads, 1 of them isn't. One of them's even on the same road once you connect here. Actually, they all are, because these connect up here except for this. But as far as this campaign mission goes, we have a supply point here, so this will be very important for supplying these guys attacking this northern objective, and this supply point here is going to be important as we come down and attack these far eastern and southern objectives. This one here isn't really overly useful. We do have a bit of a storm in the south, but no issues there. So the weather's been really clear for most of the missions we've done, which is been brilliant, so I don't think it's something that's programmed in. I think it's a bit of a random chance in some time in a lot of the missions. Objectives, what do we have? 4 of them, and we have to do 2 of them at turn 4, which I remember that mission but from somewhere else. I'm trying to think where. Oh yeah, there's that campaign mission when you're taking this back as the Axis forces, and you have a supply point down here, don't you? I just like to think about how these missions all mix together. But anyway, so we have 2 4s, a 5 and a 6. The bridgehead. And certainly this map, being slightly bigger, is going to be the final mission that we do, which is the Donets snip. So let's get to it. First thing to note is I want to dislodge this guy, which is not guaranteed, but it's certainly good to restart so that you can. The reason I want to do that is because I bring my armor across, destroy the unit there, bring him back, and then keep advancing quite aggressively with my armor. As you see, I really want to push him up. Why? Because enemy. Sorry, we didn't look at the enemy supplier. Important to note: this is useless. This is useless. Only these matters. But if I take this, I have a chance of cutting off. Well, okay, I need to advance and take this point here, but to cut off pretty much all their forces. Particularly if I take this here, I'll cut off all these guys in here. So that's why I'm advancing this way so quickly. Okay, next I want to link up my supply. We want to cross the river here and make a great attempt at coming through. So let's do that. We do have this SS Panzer unit, SS motorized, sorry. Hey, because they're slightly darker than the normal motorized units. So as long as we keep the bridge secure, we have no problem there. And obviously we are trying to punch through. The goal here is just to push and almost to smother from the north these units. We want to do as much as we can to keep them going and keep them back. Don't worry about them, they won't rush out this way. There's no point. So just to recap down here, we have this supply point here, which is all we really need to keep these guys secure. Okay, up here I remove entrenchment. I made a mistake here. I think instead of trying to put 3 infantry units into this, put 1 here to guard this point. Don't worry about the bridge because you've been reinforced across here. 2 other infantry units should have gone here, up this way. Now as you see, I'm trying to take the unit at the back to push him forward as far as he can go, which is 3 points, and he can still attack. We want to really wedge ourselves into the objective, so we need to push. And the Pioneer Special Step definitely wants to be at the spearhead if possible. These units definitely, though, we are taking advantage of, though they are a weaker defense at a 2 rating instead of a 3. So do take note. Also, secure your resources. You don't want them flanking around, which would be quite devastating. And he had a T-34. Let's just have a look. Yeah, T-34 special step. Yeah, as you begin to play this game, you recognize special steps, like a dot, a purple dot, or say a purple square with a white dot is artillery, and an M is an engineer. Wonder why that is actually. Do you think it's because it's a bridge? Or do you think maybe it's like, is there a German E is like an M symbol? Or the first letter of the German word for engineer or pioneer? Because it looks like an M? Or maybe it's the official insignia. So many possibilities. Okay, so as you see, we're doing really well here of just really cutting them off. But now we need to capitalize and... Hey, Stalino! I just remembered this from another mission, but oh yeah, it was from the one when you're fighting them back in the red turn. I remember you have forces over here and you cross. And you have sort of this half of the map taken. It's all coming together. So, what have we done here? We've done, wow, a great suppression, but I can't capitalize on it. That's why I went after his armor. It was so disappointing. I could have taken that, what, turn 2. I had a real good shot at it. I'm keeping this unit here because I didn't want to have any issues. So I guess the infantry that I could have, or perhaps should have had up here, I'm actually now using to really hold key bridges so my armor units can advance. And this is going to be a bit of a turkey shoot. Infantry are very weak. But we are going to use our weaker units to hold the flank. We don't have to worry about these guys, they'll be out of supply and I'm able to attack next turn. And the point I'm trying to do here is drive down my troopers, so we're going to use this SS Panzer, no, sorry, SS Motorized to cut off their supply, as we just did there. And if I get rid of any troublemakers, that would be good too, because he will attempt to probably come down here and cut off supply. Using our German motorized to with our pioneer special steps, so we can attack across the river without penalty. And now we're really trying to dig in and make our way towards these objectives. It's very much a two mission, or you say two very distinct army groups here. All these infantry's primary goal is taking this objective. All of these forces are just going to be streaming down for these 3 objectives. So it's almost like 2 completely different combat groups. Is how I played this one. Again, right here I've made them a pretty big issue because they've cut off my supply. So I'm in trouble. So, and the weather went bad. Now that gives me a significant penalty. I believe like a 2-point penalty to attack, because it gives them a 2 penalty to defense. And as you see, I'm trying to regroup. I absolutely have to keep supply up. And this is good, at least it keeps my south flank a bit more secure because they can't come around. But at the same time, it's really unfortunate because I couldn't... This Pioneer Special Step would have destroyed this unit, but he held on. And they're still being reinforced because of the supply point up in the north. Now this guy over here did something interesting. He went across the river. But again, we'll hold him here. He'll be completely suppressed next turn. We have no worries. Okay, we're just going to clear out the river. These units here will never move, so you don't need to worry about that. And we're going to remove entrenchment. Go special step. It's always good if you can remove entrenchment before attacking. It gives you a greater punch in your attack. And here we go. Trying to clear up that unit from the southwest flank. Fortunately, this unit can't attack. He's out of supply because of previous turns. But it's okay. We only need to take this in the next turn anyway. Or, yeah, the next turn. So we're fine. We destroyed it anyway, and we take it turn 3. Well, there we go, turn early. This unit has a recon ability, so he clears out any hexagon that's around him. That is around him. So it's a really good power to use when you want to like force your way deep into enemy territory, because it means they're not able to even use the partisan's ability to much effect. Okay, this is a little bit not good. Yeah, and as you see, this guy is not going to move. Here, these guys are quickly out of supply. Looks like I won't be able to resupply my fellow here. Oh, there we did. Just. That was good. Okay. That wasn't really necessarily needed there, but we're going to use our troops in the south just to clean up my thought would be to put in a weak unit so I can move this unit out. Oh, there we go, putting that unit. From here, we're just gonna mostly clean up. There's no way they can really be effective anywhere else on the map. Okay. My thoughts here were taking the infantry to actually, which came down here to shoot back up here to reconnect supply. This objective was taken with a lot of ease. I blocked him off up there, and I'm not particularly sure why. Over here, so this point needs to be taken turn 6, so I'm just getting ready. We can even take that turn 5. My thought was, if I wasn't going to be able to take this and hold it well, in the very least, the best thing that I could do would be to take this early just to win it. So here you go. I'm surrounded by strong units. I got a weak unit in the city. In a sticky situation, I'm gonna have to give up my supply so I can push my units higher up. Hopefully be supplied in from here. So my thought here was create a wall to block out these 4, 5, 6 units and just survive. Oh, as you see, we just hold on. Now he could have attacked and destroyed it, and I'm surprised he didn't. If he would have, he probably would have moved in this unit here, and I would have had to engage it with these weaker units. So it still would have been winnable, in my opinion, but nasty. Now all we have to do is take this objective, and we had overwhelming numbers. Severe overwhelming numbers to do that. So we won, and this was probably a skin of the teeth. Very, very close. If I had to play again the next turn, I would have put these units here, created a reinforcement line, I should say, it was a line of supply, but we had to take that turn 5, so would have been close. But either way, that's kind of a fun mission. I think it probably could have been done better up here, but either way, we got a brilliant victory with no procedures. So I had a lot of fun actually playing this one. I think the challenge is to do it with less losses. Anyway, this has been Experience Point. I hope you gained some experience from watching this, and happy hunting on your own brilliant, prestigeless victories. Yes, well, you don't use your own prestige. Maximum prestige gain. Maybe I should say that. Have a good one. Happy hunting. And ta-ra.